its new manual to standardize electricity infrastructure in the country. Plus, justices of Court of Appeal hold national colloquium, stress role of court in implementation of criminal justice in Nigeria. We begin with the presidency, and on a sober note, as more proactive and decisive measures are to be taken by the federal government to put an end to the Boko Haram menace in the country once and for all. President Muhammadu Buhari gave the assurance in Maiduguri during a sympathy visit, however, maintained that intelligence sharing and synergy between law enforcement agencies and the civil populace are critical towards achieving the objectives. Mohammed Goni reports.
The aircraft conveying the president touched ground at the Maiduguri Air Force Base at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, where he was received by the Borno State Governor, Professor Babagana Umara, and other top officials of government. The visit to Borno by the president followed his concern over last Sunday's gruesome attack on Auno community by Boko Haram insurgents, leading to the death of many people and the destruction of property. President Muhammadu Buhari had, while sympathizing with the government and people over the attack, stressed the need for a collaborative effort to end the terror activities, stressing that his administration is committed to restoration of security in the country.
With my understanding of our culture, I wonder how Boko Haram survives up to this time. As Commander-in-Chief, I campaigned was 2015 and last year on three fundamental issues. Security, because it doesn't make sense. You cannot properly preside over an institution or a country if it is not secure. This is just common sense. Everybody knows this.
Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umara, who noted the gains made since 2015 in the fight against terror, expressed concern over the resurgence, tasking the military higher command to take the war to the enclaves of the Boko Haram insurgents.
And in the year 2016 or 2017, we have almost celebrated the demise of the Boko Haram insurgency. Notwithstanding, Your Excellency, sir, between the period of March 2019 to date, we have started witnessing horrific and spontaneous attack by the insurgents, which has resulted into the loss of lives and properties of our people.
You have done well for us, and you are still doing for us, and we appeal to you to continue this search.
Shehu Borno Abubakar ibn Umar Garba El-Kanemi appreciated President Muhammadu Buhari for identifying with the people of the state. In Maiduguri, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
Still talking security, the House of Representatives has urged security agencies to henceforth allow travelers to Maiduguri proceed on their journeys even beyond 6 p.m. This follows a matter of urgent public importance from House Chief Whip Mohammed Tahir Mongono on last Sunday's Boko Haram attack on travelers in Auno village on the outskirts of Maiduguri, the Borno state capital. The lawmakers want military authorities to stop keeping commuters on the Damaturu-Maiduguri road overnight, while also calling for the declaration of a state of emergency on security in the country. Wednesday's plenary also urged the federal government to prevail on security agencies to deploy more personnel and intensify patrol around Borno in Kaduna State to tackle attacks and kidnappings. A bill seeking the integration of CCTV infrastructure into the National Security Network and a bill to establish the Nigerian Institute of Translators and Interpreters went through second reading. Now, the Buhari Media Organization, BMO, has pleaded with the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Matthew Hassan Kuka, to stop fanning the embers of ethnic and religious division in the country. In a statement signed by its chairman, Ni Akinsuju, the organization says it reached the conclusion following recent comments by the bishop during a homily in Kaduna at the funeral ceremony for a Catholic seminarian, Michael Nandi of the Good Shepherd Seminary, Kaduna, killed by kidnappers who raided the seminary. The BMO appealed to Bishop Kuka to use his vantage priestly position to promote understanding and peaceful coexistence among Nigerians rather than highlighting the differences. Now talking legal matters, the trial of Omoyole Sowore at the Federal High Court, Abuja, has again been stalled due to the inability of the prosecution counsel to serve the defense team with the amended charge since taking over the case in December last year.
On the resumption of the trial, the prosecution counsel informed the court that they are seeking for time to serve the defense the amended charge. The defense counsel objected to that prayer, saying the office of the Attorney General of the Federation has taken over the matter since December, arguing that the prosecution's argument is therefore baseless, and urged the court to strike out the charge for lack of diligence by the prosecution. The presiding judge, Justice Ijoma Ojukwu, expressed disappointment over the prosecution's call for adjournment. She awarded the sum of 200,000 naira to the defense and said the trial will not commence without evidence that the prosecution has made the payment.
What we asked for wasn't an adjournment, but the fact we asked for time to serve the amended charge and proceed to arraignment. That's what we asked for. So, well, the defense themselves never asked for cost, but we'll take necessary action regarding the issue of cost. But the fact is that we are back to court tomorrow for the purpose of arraignment on the amended charge. And that's all.
Bail was granted to our client by Ijoma Ojukwu, and you're all aware of the battles that went into that bail before Sowore and mandate were eventually released. Don't forget, on the 6th of December, an issue cropped up in court when the legacy Femi Falana insisted that the proof of witness statement, they have lined up their witness statement, but the documents that they have on their witness statement are redacted statements, summary statements. So we have asked them, please serve these documents on us. That they have not done.
The case has been adjourned to Thursday, 13th of this month, to enable the prosecution serve the defense all necessary processes.
In Nigeria's fight against crime and corruption has been attributed to the role of the nation's appellate courts in the implementation of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act. This position was stated at a national colloquium held in Abuja for justices of the Court of Appeal. Femi Okio reports.
The colloquium, which is jointly organized by the Center for Social Legal Studies, the National Judicial Institute, and the MacArthur Foundation, brought together justices of the various divisions of the Court of Appeal in Nigeria. Chief Justice of Nigeria, in his message, called for continuous updating of knowledge for judicial officers. Speakers examined areas of successes and challenges as Nigeria grapples with the implementation of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act and the restoration of confidence in the nation's judicial system, one of the areas of great concern for the President of the Court of Appeal.
I'd worked with notable jurists of our time, and I know the sacrifices we make for the sake of Nigeria, in spite of the negative reporting we've gotten. We've done our best for Nigeria.
The appellate courts are very powerful. If the appellate courts had allowed stay of proceedings, they would have taken us back to the old days when stay of proceedings were used to stall the trial of high-profile cases.
In addition to celebrating the outgoing President of the Court of Appeal, Justice Zainab Bukachua, this colloquium goes a long way in emphasizing the efforts of appellate courts in the implementation of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act. In Abuja, Femi Okiowo, NTA News.
Thank you, Femi. We now shift our focus to infrastructure and other matters as the federal government has developed a new manual to regulate and standardize construction and installation of electricity infrastructure in the country. This is to address challenges of poor network and loss of lives. Minister of State for Power, Godi Jide Agba, urged operators in the electricity distribution subsector to comply with the new guideline. Joshua Ojuto reports.
In many parts of the country, evidences of electricity installations are visible, through which key players in the electricity industry say such installations fall below standard. The consequences are poor network as well as loss of lives and property. Now, the federal government is addressing sharp practices in the sector with a new guideline for operators in the distribution value chain to ensure consistency and best practices in installations.
The
cases of burnt meters or burnt transformers or blown equipment would not be a frequent thing as it is today, because standardized equipment will be imported for this function. So therefore, we would be beneficial to all of us to adhere to the instructions contained in the manual.
Any installation that is thus commissioned for use without the certification, such installations are declared illegal.
There are expectations among industry players and the consumers that the manual will improve service delivery. In Abuja, Joshua Ojito, NTA News.
Following the recent release of rainfall prediction pattern for the year 2020 by NIMET, the Nigerian Hydrological Services Agency has echoed the need for flood-prone states, including the Federal Capital Territory, to prepare for probable flooding this year. This warning has put emergency managers in the FCT on their toes to prepare for any eventuality, as Federal Road Maintenance Agency and other sister agencies went on assessment tour of some flood-prone locations. Rosemary Bilal captured the tour.
It is countdown to the rainy season, as predicted by Nigerian Meteorological Agency. The previous floodings, which according to experts is the result of rapid urbanization of the city, has consistently wreaked havoc with lives lost. The story in the year 2019 is not different, and that has necessitated this on-the-spot assessment by disaster managers.
Development control were there, and they really answered in the affirmative. That is supposed to be there. That is it. It is in the act. So any person that obstructs the water course, when we remove, they should pay.
Other activities and other construction work that need to be done that will help the situation as much as possible. Prioritize that location and we hope before the rainy season.
The initiative is to enable stakeholders strategize for focused response and mitigation in the case of eventualities. And this is where the FCT Emergency Management Agency comes in.
All the agencies are trying to see how they can work. With this development, by the time we submit our report, the Honorable Minister, who is very keen about it and also desirous of saving lives and properties of the residents of the FCT, definitely something good will come out of it.
For now, attention is given to Galadimawa, Doko, and Lokogoma amongst worst hit locations across the city, with plans to assess other places. Rosemary Molteleng, Bilal, NTA News.
The federal government has commenced rehabilitation of over 200 kilometers of road network across Ekiti State, aimed at opening the state for accelerated development and ease the agony of motorists. Federal Comptroller of Works in the state, Mr. Ishak Lawal, who stated this, said the intervention would soon change the narrative of motorists and other road users. Yemi Dalemo completes the report.
Giving the breakdown of the roads, Mr. Lawal, an engineer, said the federal government has awarded most of the road projects, adding that works has reached advanced stages on them, with some of them about 90% completed. The Federal Controller of Works urged residents, motorists, students of the Federal Polytechnic at Ekiti and Afe Babalola University to exercise little patience with the government, as the Ureje culvert, which collapsed during the last year rain, has received attention, saying lasting solution to the problem is underway.
Because that I have protested, nothing has been done on that bridge. But it's not only Ureje Bridge. It had the worst federal roads in this country today.
By the time we finish the work we are doing there, the people will come to thank us. That I'm sure. The bridge too, the Ureje Bridge is there to our heart and to the management of our ministry.
According to him, the massive rehabilitation of roads going on across the major federal roads in the Ekiti State, including construction of bridges when completed, will further boost the state's economy and affirm the federal government determination to positively impact on the lives of every Nigerian. The Federal Controller of Works in Ekiti also explained that effort has been intensified to address perennial problem of flooding on Ayemi Bridge in Ekiti, as the ministry has cleared all drains and removed factors responsible for flooding. In Ekiti, Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
This is the news on NTA International. More reports when we return.
today or 4 days when my girls won't come visit and I need to come go expire.
Oh, my guys, they can't follow me watch this match. I must not fold their hand.
Babe, what's happening now? Sorry to disappoint you, but my subscription don't expire.
The match is not on my GoTV package.
Now your holla be that. I beg, give me your phone. Make I show you how you go take do it for my GoTV app for your phone.
Life is so much easier with my GoTV app. Make payments, clear error messages, change your package. You can also check your due dates and keep abreast of your payment history. The new My GoTV app is everything you need in one place. So what are you waiting for? Download My GoTV app now from Google Play or App Store to enjoy the easy life. GoTV. Live it, love it.
NTA International News. Africa as it is.
You're welcome back. In response to the request by the governors of the Niger Delta region for a forensic audit of the Niger Delta Development Commission, the federal government has approved 318 million naira for that purpose. And the Federal Ministry of Health has reiterated the call for Nigerians to be cautious and vigilant to the development of the coronavirus, Lassa fever, and any emerging health issues. In the wake of the coronavirus, now known as COVID-19 and its attendant effects, Nigeria expresses solidarity with China at this trying moment as both countries united in ensuring that the dreaded epidemic does not spread to Nigeria. Join us at 10 p.m. tonight for a documentary on the federal government's effort at preventing importation of coronavirus, officially named by the United Nations as COVID-19, to Nigeria. All NTA stations are advised to hook up to the network service.
Anything to go by will be by air. So we're focusing on our airports, thermal scanners, observation of all patients coming in.
We will deploy all our platforms, FRCN, NTA, the Ministry of Nigeria, and in particular the National Orientation Agency to educate Nigerians about this outbreak.
China is willing to work with other countries in the world, including Nigeria, to respond to the epidemic actively.
Away from health matters, an online medium has published that Zara, daughter of President Muhammadu Buhari, has fraudulently secured a job with the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency, PPPRA. A statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, indicates that while Zara, just like any other Nigerian, can work wherever she secures employment, the Presidency says the story is false. It further states that the publication is untrue, malicious, and meant to cast aspersions at the first family, since the publication claims that this job was secured fraudulently. As Nigeria marks the 43rd anniversary of the end of Festac 77, Ivi Oyakiri reports on the sculptor whose work became the first of the festival.
In the year 1977, when the Festival of Arts and Culture was to hold, the face of Idia was chosen as the symbol for Festac 77. Guess what? It came under the stable of a Benin man, now Chief Joseph Ibinovia, also known as Alufa. NTA went in search of this man who capped the name of Edo's in gold with the global recognition the symbol brought. We met him sculpting as he took us down memory lane.
When they choose it, they found it everywhere in Benin Kingdom. They didn't see the head, but they see the picture which the British sent from London. When federal government tell British government to bring that one in their possession in London to bring for use for Festac festival, then the British say then Nigeria will pay £2 million for 1 month rentage. Then the one I carve, they show it for screen for telly. The old one in British Museum, they show it. The two, they show it, look at everything correct. Yes. They were happy.
Nostalgic memories there. And for trending stories on the global scene, Justin Bem Unyi is our guide.
Hello and welcome to this segment of the news. Warring rivals in South Sudan have been warned against taking unilateral action after talks to end 6 years of fighting hit a gridlock. Reports have it that the US, UK and Norway have told President Salva Kiir and his rival Riek Machar to agree on the number of federal states, a major sticking point in the long-drawn negotiations, or risk sabotaging the peace process. President Kiir and Mr. Machar have until 22nd February to form a transitional government. Closed-door meetings between the two leaders held early this week in Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa, ended with both sides failing to agree. The South Sudan government wants 32 states, while the former rebels want a return to the initial 10 states. The US, UK and Norway released a statement on Wednesday that said, and I quote, "We encourage all sides, including the government, to reach consensus on a way forward on the number of states. Refusing to compromise and move forward undermines the agreement, risks the ceasefire and erodes the trust of the public and the confidence of partners." End of quote. In the meantime, Sudan's rulers have agreed to hand over the former president Omar al-Bashir to the International Criminal Court (ICC) to face genocide and war crimes charges. The former president is accused of serious crimes in a conflict that broke out in Darfur in 2003 and led to the deaths of 300,000. Authorities said the former president and others charged by the ICC should appear before the court. The commitment came at peace talks between Sudan's government and rebel groups from the Darfur region. And that's it from here. Thank you very much for watching.
Nigerian para powerlifters assured of support as Plateau United Football Club